Ryan Serhant is a real estate broker featured in Bravo's $1 Million Listing New York, whose team at Nest Seekers sold $500 million worth of homes in 2014. He's with me this morning. Of course, Susan Lyne staying with me as well as my guest host, who's a longtime New Yorker, has her condo here in New York City.
Good.
Yeah, right? Good. Okay. So there's more condos coming up. So is that a worry here?
It depends on who you're asking. I think if you're asking buyers, no, because the more inventory there is, the more supply there is, the more negotiating power they're going to have, because instead of looking at one new development, they can look at 15. I mean, I think we have 6,500 new condos coming to market south of 96th Street in 2015. We had just about 2,500 new condos come to market south of 96th Street in 2014. So that's over double.
So is that doing something to prices right now? Or have you not seen the impact yet?
Not yet. People are talking about it. People are thinking about it. We represent a lot of new developments on our own. My team has about 15 right now throughout New York City, and we see a lot of people taking their time, but so far we're holding steady. We just brought a project to market in the Far East Village on 7th Street between C and D, where typically you wouldn't see that much activity, but in 2.5 weeks we've put 50% of the building into contract, which is pretty incredible, between C and D, with numbers upwards of $1,600 per square foot.
It's incredible. That when I moved to New York, that was an area you just stayed away from, and the fact that it's now a destination for a high-end condo is just proof of what's happened to the city in the past 20 years.
Susan, do you ever want to say, I'm just going to cash out and go? I mean, you know, you must have made money on your condo here, right?
I did. It's actually a co-op, and co-ops are a little tougher than condos, but yes. And I live in the upper East Side, so I'm in Carnegie Hill, which is landmarked, which means that you don't get a lot of these very high-end new condos moving in there. But I adore my apartment.
But okay, so what happens when another bubble bursts, though, Ryan? Okay, so you know we saw the financial crisis and Wall Street burst. People are saying that the tech bubble might blow up pretty soon. What's going to happen to prices here then?
I think you might see a miniature dip for a moment because of the ripple effect. So everyone will take a step back and say, "Oh my goodness, what do I do?" But there's always something going on in the world, whether it's the ruble or the euro or the price of oil, or something happening on the home front. New York City is like this big, this big. If you want to be in Soho in New York City, there's only one Soho in New York City in the entire world.
And you just bought in Soho, didn't you?
I did. Thank you for telling everybody. Yeah, now you know where to find me.
So now we all know where to invest, right? Because he's got the inside knowledge.
No, I have a fiance who has very expensive taste. I can't believe I just said that. No, but it's there's a lot coming, but there's always buyers looking for New York City. I mean, you talk about being in Carnegie Hill.
Yeah.
We're also bringing a lot to the market in the far Upper East Side.
Yeah.
One of our developers, Michael Paul Enterprises, they do a lot for boutique condominiums, and we have one right now on 82nd in East End, and it's like keeping the droves of people away so that we can show them the apartments in a timely fashion, because people want to be over there. And it's a 4-unit boutique building where you can get a 4-bedroom for $4.7 million with beautiful roof deck space, when around the corner at 20 East End, you can get a 2-bedroom for $4.5 million on the 4th floor.
Okay, so for those viewers, though, who are not in New York, okay, so they might say this is getting a little bit too minute. So what about in other cities around the country, though? I mean, you know, I've heard Miami, for instance, is also, you know, getting to frothy levels. At some point, will we see a reversal in some of these other cities that have seen prices skyrocket?
I like to look at history as being a pretty good indicator of what the future will bring. And history shows that no matter what market we're in, it's never just like this, even though people really want it to be. There's always going to be dips, and people buy and sell in every type of market. So Miami is very, very big right now. There's people from all over the world coming to Miami because there's beautiful product coming. But if there becomes too much, then of course it'll slow down, just like it will in New York, just like it will in Los Angeles.
Well, Miami has the one thing that New York doesn't, which is the nice weather, right? I'm always reminded of that every time I speak to someone there.